Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiana and today I'm back with another episode of Elle's Let's Play. So in the last episode I did briefly mention the idea of getting a pet for Elle because she spends a lot of time here in her apartment all by herself. And I did put up a poll on my community tab and 93% of the people who voted thought it was a really good idea. So welcome Dolce, this is our little kitty. It has been a few days since the last episode ended in game. I played a couple of days off camera, so now it's Friday. So there's been a couple of days for Elle and Dolce to get acquainted, and I have to say I absolutely love this cat. I will also make sure that I put the details for Dolce down in either the description of the video or in a separate post. I haven't really decided, but yeah, so that's Dolce. Alright, so enough time playing with Dolce. We have so much that we need to do today, and I've already got some stuff queued up. So she's got to have some breakfast in order for us to get to the rest of the stuff we have going on today. She does need to go to the office today, and we're going to get promoted, which is really exciting. So she does have to do one more day of actually participating in person in the office, so we're going to go do that. And she's got to create 10 lookbooks total, so we got to do 2 more of those in order for her to get promoted, which is actually really exciting because then we will get to see what level 3 of the fashion designer career is. So we're going to do that today, and it's actually really exciting because I get to show you the new venue that I created for the fashion designer career. So excited to show you that. It's also movie night. For some reason it's saying that Elle already watched a movie. She did not, as far as I know. But it's movie night. So later on, she's going to have Harrison over. They're going to be doing a date inside because it's a little bit rainy out. So he's going to be coming over and they're going to watch a movie together. Probably have some pizza. I'm not really sure if I'm going to make her eat the popcorn because of her health food nut lifestyle. I think that she would actually hate that. So I don't want to torture her too much, and I'll make sure we try to get like a healthier pizza option. So that is pretty much what we're going to be doing in this episode. I'm going to check out her needs and see what she's got to do before work. So she does have to head to work in about an hour. So I'm just going to have her come in here and take a quick shower. And I'm going to quickly exit because I had to take out my streamer mod for reasons. And I'm not trying to get demonetized. So I'm going to step right out of there. And also, let's just choose her outfit for the day. She is going to wear this one, I believe, is what I had planned for her to wear today. And we are going to have to, is it broken? No, we just need to empty the trash. All right, so we'll handle that later. But that noise is going to drive me insane. So what is Dolce up to while we are waiting? Just hanging out. Yeah, I'm really excited to have someone else or like another companion here in the apartment with Elle so that she's not always in here by herself. I do think that we haven't filled the bowl though, so let me do that really quickly. Yeah, I didn't think so. So let's fill that as well after she gets changed. Alright, so let's stop for just a second so that I can show you her outfit for today. She looks super cute. So this is dressed by Serenity, I believe is the creator name. And when I recreated the save, I tried to do a better job of like mixing some neutrals into Elle's wardrobe in my mind, because it seems like she's really going for the whole clean girl aesthetic with the self-care and the healthy eating and the exercise. So I thought, why not, go all in and start doing a little bit more of a neutral palette. So I have tried to do that where I can. I am a pink girl, so that was really hard for me, but I have done some of that. So she should be going in here to fill the bowl. And then the last thing I need her to do is brush her teeth really fast. That is gross. What are you doing? What are you doing? I hate it. I hate it. Please stop it immediately. All right, come brush your teeth. And then maybe she has some time to apply her facial cleanser as well. Let's hope so. Yeah, so like I said, they've become very acquainted. He spends all of his time following us around. I don't remember his traits, but I think one of them is like friendly or something like that, where he wants to be nearby all the time. So we're going to notice that he is following us around quite a bit. All right, so it is time for Elle to head to work. So I am going to head on over there, and then we will meet you at Elle's new work location. All right, so we've arrived at Elle's work location. This is the exterior, so we're in the exact same location as before in the arts district. I just switched out the building. So this exterior of the building and kind of the shell is made by Ty Loves, and I was really inspired by another build that I found from the sim side of Luca. So I switched up the exterior of the build quite a bit based off of the exterior of one of their builds. I will have the Ty Loves version as well as the sim side of Luca build that I was referencing, both either in the comments or on a separate post. This is what the outside looks like. Let me quickly show you the inside. All right, so this is the view when you first walk in. So we've got like a little sitting area over here. I'm probably most proud of this area. If you follow me on Tumblr, you've already seen this, but I really love this space. So I did quite a bit of Pinteresting, and most of what you'll see on this bottom floor of the inside is stuff that I found on Pinterest just searching for different fashion houses in either New York or Paris. So this is the little seating area in the front. And then we've got mannequins kind of throughout. I wasn't meaning to go for like a wedding vibe, but it kind of ended up looking that way just based off the mannequins, but that's not necessarily what we do here. And here's like a little sitting room. We've got some pieces that we've pulled for someone. We've got like a little consultation space. There's champagne, there's mirrors, there's a little fitting room over here in the event that you need services. And then we have this really cute sign. I don't remember where I got this from, but it says press for champagne. Love that, because we do have some champagne over there. Here's just some display bags and shoes. We've got a little restroom right there, and then over here we just have like another seating space, and there is a fireplace, so it's nice and cozy in here. And that is the first floor. Let me show you the second floor. So this is the boss's office. This is where Miranda allegedly works, but she's never actually in here. It's usually like interns or celebrities that are hanging out in her office, which is the case right now. This entire build is still a work in progress, by the way. I still plan on doing more interior as well as to the exterior, but I thought it was good enough for us to start filming in here. So this entire floor is based off of the original version of the build by Ty Loves. So on the first floor of that build, it was kind of like a communal workspace. There were computers out in like a common area, and there was a bunch of different workstations for folks who were designing. And so I wanted to do something similar to that. This entire wall of fabric is literally just pulled directly from the original build. And then I just put some desks here. We've got some computer stations. We've got some sewing machines. Then we've got like a little coffee setup over there. So in the future, I do plan to continue to work on this build. The plan is to, on the next floor, add a little photo studio for Elle, as well as like a place for lessons and stuff like that to take place, meetings, etc. at work. So that's kind of the plan. But as you can see with the build, there's like an apartment kind of over here, like a walk up, and then there's also a cafe down here. And this entire cafe, I'm mad at her still wearing the hat. This entire cafe is designed very similarly to the one that I found in the Sim side of Luca build that I was talking about. So you will find that there's a lot of inspiration from either those two builds or Pinterest throughout this entire design studio. So yeah, that is the whole place. Looks like Elle is heading upstairs to start doing some work. So I'm just going to press play and allow her to head on upstairs. So one other thing to note, since we're in a different save, she's got some different coworkers than what we had before. I have definitely tried to put her friends back in here, but they don't always show up for work. So unfortunately, I might just have to make over the folks that we've got and kind of keep them in here. I'm going to put her laptop out. I did set this workstation up for her without a computer so that she could use hers when she's here. That way she'll always have a place to sit, was kind of my vibe at work, or my thought. I want her to research patterns because that's something that she needs to do for work. And I'm going to hope that that music that we have going on there is something that she's allowed to, or that I'm allowed to play. Why can't I find research? I was able to find it before just by typing. Let me try it one more time. Maybe I'll just try patterns. Maybe that's easier. That's not how you spell patterns, so that would be a problem. Patterns, there we go. All right, so she's got to research patterns a couple of times. She needs to socialize with coworkers, and she needs to search for a new client. I did already, before we started the tour, create those lookbooks, and she's all set. So we should be getting a promotion at the end of this shift, and we should officially be going to fashion designer level 3, whatever that is. Looks like she's going to be an assistant fashion designer, so that's exciting. One of the other things that I need to start doing that I have not been doing the best job of is using the fashion designer hub that we have. There's like contests in there and other stuff in there that I have not been paying enough attention to as part of the career, so I definitely want to give that a go. All right, so she has to search for patterns twice, so let's do that again, or research patterns. And then I will just go ahead and queue up searching for a client. And while we have a coworker standing over here, we should probably go ahead and talk to, I don't remember her name, it's been so long, Kiko. We should talk to Kiko. All right, so let's do client. We need to search for a new client, and then we're also going to ask Kiko about her day. So this seems like a really cool workplace. You've got like everyone's just kind of hanging out. They've got some music going. They're able to kind of work together in this open space. All of the clients are up here along with the folks that work here, so that's nice. I did not mean for her to get up from her computer, and of course now this intern has gotten on her computer. Absolutely not. We're gonna need you to move, sir. Oh, he's already doing it on his own. Good for you, Alex. Thank you. And we've got Tarek back. I forgot all about Tarek. It's been so long since we've been to her work. At least it's been so long since I've been to her work. I'm going to turn this off because it does seem like it's a little loud. All right, so we've got Tyler. We've got Tyler over here. This is a client, and then this is, I think with the mod, like celebrities just randomly hang out here. So that is Baco, and then there's another celebrity around here somewhere. I don't remember who it was, but I remember seeing them. Oh yeah, it was Izzy. Izzy Fabulous is in here. All right, so she needs to consult some clients about style. We can do that because we have at least one client right here. So let's consult him about style. And I believe on the sim menu, it actually is fashion and not style. So let's consult about fashion. And while she's doing that, I'm just going to put her computer back in her inventory. We'll see what he's into. He says, I have a big date this weekend and I want to look like I stepped out of a romance novel, but not like too obvious, you know? Love that. All right. Do we have any other clients downstairs that we can interact with? Looks like we do. Elliot really enjoyed hearing Tyler talk about her interests just now. It can be endearing when another sim gushes about something they're passionate about. Would you say that Elliot likes discussing interests? Sure. All right, so that's a client and that's a client, and I think this is an intern. So let's discuss with Xavier. Let's consult about fashion. Consult about fashion, and then we will do the same. Looks like Andrea here is another client, and she's having herself an early morning glass of champagne. Love that. We are going to consult with her as well, if I can learn how to spell. Apparently I can't consult with her. Why is that? Let me try that again. All right, so we've consulted with 2 clients. We'll see what he said in just a second. Yeah, I can't consult with her. So Xavier says, I'm looking to refresh my closet with some new pieces. Can you assist me with personal shopping to find items that suit my style and body type? Of course we can. All right, so that's 2. So she is a client. Let me try this again because it's just not giving me the option. Do I have to be friendly with her first? Do I need to introduce myself? Let me try that. Friendly introduction. Excuse me. All right, so now that we know each other, can I try again? Research? Or what was it I was looking for? Fashion. Consult about fashion, yes. So there's only 3 Sims here that are clients. So I don't think I'm going to be able to reach the 4th one, which means I am going to cheat that because that's not my fault that there's only 3 present. Unless I can consult about fashion more than one time. Let's see if I can do that with Xavier after I'm done with Andrea. Honestly, I've been stuck in a style where I want a full refresh, something that feels like me but better. And I want to help you with that, Andrea. All right, so let's consult him about fashion again. Let's see if it works that way. Does it give me that option? It does. All right, so this should give me my 4th client that I'm consulting with, even though it is just 3. Maybe I won't fill the champagne because the interns are getting into the champagne in the middle of the workday. And Pilar is calling or texting. She says, "Hey Elliot, the Nosh and Nectar Festival is in town again. Do you want to go with me tomorrow afternoon?" I actually see this as a nice peace offering because I think we talked about Pilar in the last episode. This is Elliot's older sister. She lives in Willow Creek. She's going to be getting married in the fall, so we are going to be the maid of honor at her wedding. But they are not the best of friends. Like, they don't have the closest relationship. So the fact that she is asking to hang out is actually really lovely. So I'm going to say I'd love to come. That's like a peace offering. She's extending an olive branch. All right, so now we have to contact clients, and I believe we do that on the computer. So we're going to head back upstairs to do that. And we're just going to leave all of our clients to hang out here and be entertained by the intern. All right, so is anyone on this computer in the boss's office? Looks like Alex is going to be hanging out in there with his work champagne. We're just going to let that happen. And then I'm going to pull her laptop back out. Looks like Fallon has a crush on Tarek in this save. We don't, which is interesting. On the last episode, or the last save, she was really into Tarek. Alright, so I'm going to allow her to contact these clients. And then she did bring her own lunch. She brought a salmon with tomato salad or something like that. So we're going to have that for lunch. And then if anything interesting happens, I'll pop back in. Alright, so we're down to the last hour of Elle's shift. So she did everything that she could do, and the good news is it did get us to the end of our performance bar, but she got a task to style clients, and she couldn't do that today because by the time she got the task, all of the clients were actually gone for the day. So fortunately we were able to satisfy without it, but yeah, so that's the reason why that hasn't been completed. So she had some lunch. She had like a salmon something or another, I think I mentioned that, and she had a coffee with it, and unfortunately she did end up getting the coffee fanatic lifestyle. And I think we got like a little thing over here. It says Elliot has unlocked the coffee fanatic lifestyle, visit the lifestyle section, etc, etc. So we did get that, and then we also got this moodlet here. It says caffeine infused focus. Elliot can get so much more done when she's full of a fresh cup of coffee. She really feels more efficient at everything. So she's actually in a really good mood. She has really high needs. She enjoyed the lunch that she had. The only negative is a conversation that she had while she was contacting clients, but that's going to be going away soon, so she should be in really good shape before her date starts. So right now she's just reading a fashion design skill book so that we can try and work on that skill. I really do want her to get to level 5. I think we're on 4 right now. Yeah, we're on 4 right now. I want her to get to level 5 because there's more stuff to do within the fashion designer hub once you have a higher skill. So I really think that's going to help us as we start to explore that career a little bit more. So the other thing is I wanted to make sure that we were all together when she officially got promoted. So we are definitely going to be getting promoted today. And Gabby is calling. Let's see what she's up to. All right. Hey, Elliot. Kiala Hoapili has asked me on a date. Should I say yes? You know what? Yep, go for it. I do not know who that is, but you go for it. All right, I don't like the fact that our boss is just kind of standing there like she's standing over us and looking to see what we're doing. Not a fan of that, but yeah. So the workday's almost done. We should be getting promoted. There we go. right, so we got 2,501 simoleons for the day. And it says, Ellie did a fantastic job today. Ellie has been promoted to assistant fashion designer. She will now make an additional 68 simoleons per hour for a grand total of 136 simoleons per hour. She's also received the following bonus. We got 1,793 simoleons and a mirror, and our next shift is Monday at 9 a.m. We also earned 708 simoleons today and 1 vacation day. So I'm going to click OK on this, and that's going to take us back home. So I'll meet you back over there. All right, so we have made it back home, and we still have a few hours before our date starts. Our date starts at 8. It is still raining. It looks like it's heavily raining right now. And I just wanted to show very quickly what we got when we were promoted. So now that we are at the assistant fashion designer level of the career, we make 136 simoleons an hour. We already knew about that, but the description for the career is, remember when you were getting coffee? Now you're in charge of conducting research on fashion trends and finding the latest fabrics to use. Our next promotion is going to be fashion coordinator. But in order to get promoted, we have to attend fashion shows 3 times. And I think those are just rabbit holes off lot. And then we have to host a fashion show, which is going to be a whole to do, and then start a collection line. So those things are probably going to take us a little bit of time to do. But in the meantime, we do have some stuff to work on. So that's good to know. All right, and also while we're out here, so since this is a new save, I did have to redo the hallway for Elle's apartment building. So I made it a little bit fancier. It's a little bit more sort of high end. We've got better doors for everyone and like some outdoor stuff. So I moved Manny over here. So this is his door. He's got his Foxberry welcome mat. And then this is actually an empty apartment, and Kiana, myself, Sim lives here, and then of course Elle still lives here. So just wanted to show really quickly that I did put a little bit more effort into the exterior of our apartment building. We've got numbers now, and we've got better fireplaces, mailboxes. All right, so we're going to head inside, and I think I'm going to have her change first, because if they're going to be doing a home date, I like the idea of her being able to like be a little bit more casual and not have to be dressed up all the time. And then she's going to make the pizza so that we have a little bit more say over the contents, since she is a sim that prefers a healthier lifestyle. So we're actually going to bake this pizza ourselves as opposed to ordering it or using the pizza oven. So let's go to bake, and then bread and pizza, and let's look at our options. Let's see, we can do buffalo chicken pizza. That does not sound at all healthy. What else do we have in here? Pizza margarita, but we don't have enough basil. We can do Roman pizza, stuffed crust cheese tomato pizza, 3 cheese pizza. I don't know what that is, but it's some sort of pizza. Also, if you can hear like a little bit of noise, I think I mentioned once before that I live in a community that has a sort of like a hobby airport that some of my neighbors like to go up, and it's Saturday. So, and it's a nicer day out, so a lot of people are going up and flying around. So if you hear some noise, that's probably what that is. So apologies. I do try to edit most of it out, but I don't always get it. All right, so I think we're going to choose, there's a veggie pizza supreme, or we could do the stuffed crust cheese tomato pizza. I kind of like the idea of the veggie pizza supreme. That seems like something that she would be into as a sim that is all about trying to be as healthy as possible. I forgot we were paused, so let's unpause. Oh, also she's got to take out that trash. That thing is really annoying me. All right, so she's going to come in here and she's going to bake. We've got our wine ready to go. We've got our popcorn maker out so that we can make the popcorn. We are cooking in a very unconventional location. We're just going to pretend like this is not there. I guess in her defense, I am taking up a lot of the space that we normally would use for prepping with all of these other things. But I didn't know she was going to be like making crust and stuff, so that's good to know. For some reason, it's already satisfied the popcorn, even though all I did was bring it out of her household inventory. So that's actually kind of bizarre. I don't know why that would already be satisfied. But I am going to have her still do the movie, and we might not do the popcorn, like I said, because of her lifestyle, but we're definitely going to do the pizza. And we've still got a bit of time. She's actually in an excellent mood. She's feeling very flirty, which is great because she's going to be going on a date in a little bit. She's really happy about that promotion. The pizza actually looks pretty decent. All right, I'm not mad at it. So it looks like we've got some banana peppers, some basil, some mozzarella, some tomatoes. Looks really good. Those black olives maybe? All right, so I'm just going to move this up a little bit so that Dolce doesn't try to get to it. And then let's just make buttered popcorn. I feel like that's a better option than some of the other stuff that's there, even though she's not going to be eating it. All right, so that is going, and then let's just pour some wine. The Festival of Light has started. Come celebrate the stars and wish for a bright future. All right, so we only need 2, so we're going to put these other 4 in our refrigerator because we can certainly use them later. My usual bottle that I use is broken right now because it's part of the Italian mod. So I'm having to improvise with some other options. Oh, we actually need to talk to him. Manny says, "What's cooking good looking? It smells great in the hallway. What are you cooking and can I have some? I am great company." All right, so for anyone who is new to the series, so Manny was another one of Elle's romantic interests. He's not even out here. Oh, there he is. He's another one of Elle's romantic interests. She went on a date with him earlier in the series. It did not go well. They're very opposite as far as their like romantic styles and all those other things. And I kind of thought that we could work through it. Didn't work out. He's also one of our neighbors. So in the last episode before Brindleton Bay, Elle had a housewarming party and she had some friends over. She didn't invite Manny or Harrison. None of the guys were over. And Manny chose that time like randomly to start talking about how dissatisfied he was with their romantic relationship and basically like threatening her what was going to happen if she continued to talk to him while he was feeling that way, even though she wasn't interacting with him at all. It was very bizarre. Anyway, he was being a bit weird and we weren't into it. So we decided that we were going to be ending things with Manny, but we hadn't had an opportunity because she was in Brindleton Bay. So we're going to do it now, and I'm just going to tell him that we just want to be friends. So we're going to go to, it's going to be relationship, change relationship, and then asked to just be friends. Did he? Oh, he was about to leave. Oh, also, I forgot to explain why he's a ghost. So we recognized 2 episodes ago when he was being all weird at the party that he was dead now for some reason, and we didn't really know what that was about, but I can confirm that he's not actually dead. He had some sort of like transcendent woohoo experience, which I looked up, and it means that he had woohoo with a ghost, and so now he is going to be like this, I guess, for some time. So he's not dead, but for whatever reason, this is his current form. So yet another reason for us to end the romantic relationship with him. He was already woohooing like dead people. So that's weird. We're just going to end this conversation and we're going to head back inside. So I think she's pretty much ready for Harrison to come over. Let me double check. I think we've cleaned up. Everything's nice and clean. I did want her to do something with the trash in this thing so it wouldn't make that much noise. So let's empty that trash. And then while we're emptying things, I guess you don't want to be disturbed. I don't. Please leave us alone. And then we're going to empty the litter box as well. It looks like Dolce still has food, so we don't have to do anything with that. Anything else that we need to do before Harrison shows up? How are our needs? We're actually in pretty good shape. I think I might have to stop using those like little ready-made meals that Elle's been eating because she's never full, it seems, when she eats them. Like she had one for breakfast and then she had another one for lunch. And she's still half hungry, so that's not going to work out. I think she's going to end up crashing though because of her lifestyle. So, it says she's got 4 hours to go. I'm just going to give her some more coffee just so that we don't like end up in a bad way. He's going to be here at 8. Let's just make a coffee. Let's do she had a caramel macchiato. That's how we ended up in this situation in the first place. What are our other options? Let's do a chai latte. And we should be all set. Oh, the other thing. So I think a couple of episodes ago, or maybe last episode, she had the want to share a dreamy slow dance. So we definitely want to make sure that she does that. And then she also wants to fulfill an aspirational goal, which is actually going to be easy to do because the only thing that she has left to do on level 2 of the Romantic Explorer aspiration is to discuss romantic boundaries. And since Harrison's coming over, that's a perfect time for her to do that. So that should get us to level 3, which I believe is going to be the last level of this aspiration, and then we can officially move on. And she's doing well up here as well. I think at some point while I was playing off camera, she got to this second level, making headway. So she's gaining momentum with this reward tier unlocked. Enjoy extra skill gain bonuses to help her through life. I feel like it says that, oh, this one was satisfaction point gains and this one is skill bonuses. So we haven't done anything here, but I feel like the closest thing, or the first thing we're going to end up doing, is probably going to be the day in Sulani. Yeah, because we're a long way away from 10 wellness and doing yoga at a park or a spa venue. And I think we said we wanted to do that yoga on top of a mountain. So we've got a long way to go for any of that stuff to happen. All right, so are you finished with your chai latte? Your date's going to be here in about 20 minutes. All right, I'm going to let her finish this up, and then I will see you all once Harrison arrives and our date is underway. All right, so our date is underway. Harrison is here. He was just asking Elle how her day went. I do want her to tell him about her promotion, so we're going to do that now. Let's select promotion. Brag about promotion. Can we just announce promotion? Is that an option? Apparently not. Fine, we'll brag about it. And somehow she just reached fitness level 3. I'm guessing it was because of something that he said. Learned that Harrison has the following skill: fitness. So at level 3, it says that she can now endurance run on the treadmill. She can also research workout tips on the computer, and she will now swim faster, which is actually helpful because she was not swimming the best when we were on the beach. I don't know what she's saying, but apparently it is very serious. Wowie, that sim is irresistible. Elliot has a major crush on Harrison. Willie knew that already. Alright, so I'm wondering if this is going to tick off the pizza. It didn't. We just witnessed her eating pizza, so I'm definitely going to take that one. Oh, why would she be crashing? Or is she not crashing? Because I definitely just gave her some more caffeine. Caffeine infused focused. No, it's gone away. What to say from crushing on someone nearby? Elliot is trying so hard not to panic, but her crush is right there. I love these two. They're so stinking cute, and I think this might be his first time at her apartment. I don't know what they're talking about. Enthused about meal. That's nice. And I think once they finish up, we're just going to start doing super coupley things. Like, he is going to be the sim to clean up the dishes. Harrison's enjoying the date and would like to spend more time together. Perhaps you would like to extend the date to last longer? Sure. And then I am going to have him clean up the dishes. And while he is doing that, she can actually put away the pizza. I think we're done with that for the night. She should be full. I'm guessing that is not the right menu. There we go. So he is being a super good guy, and he is hand washing our dishes for us. Love that. And I think he had to use the restroom, so I'll actually have him do that once he's done. Oh yeah, he's got to go. So let him use the restroom, and then turns out she has to go a little bit as well, but she can hold off. Apologies for the noise, because there's definitely a plane overhead right now. Let's have her come on in here and have a seat so they can get ready to start watching the movie. And I think I will have Harrison grab some popcorn first. You know what? I think in the past the popcorn thing hasn't worked out with what I was trying to do. So instead, I'm just going to have him come in here and sit down, and then they will watch this movie together. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That actually scared me because I thought something happened to him. All right. So she's in charge here. So let's have her turn on a movie, and we're going to do watch movie with The Summer Turned Pretty. We'll watch You. I actually really like that one. All right, so we'll watch that together. Where's he going? Where's he going? Sir, sit back down. Sit down. Oh my goodness. I don't understand. Why would you get up to stand here? You could see perfectly well from that spot. I don't like what's happening right now. I'm going to have him stop watching the movie so that he can come back over here and sit down, and then he can start watching the movie again. All right. Watch porn. My goodness. He's already watching it. Fine. All right, and I do want them to cuddle, so I'm gonna have him initiate that, and let's do a quick cuddle. Cuddle while watching the movie. Is he crying? Everyone's still alive. What are you crying for? Oh, look at how adorable these two are. I love it. They're so stinking cute. Alright, so I'm gonna let them finish up this movie. Oh my goodness, I can't. I'm gonna let them finish up this movie, and then we'll come back once they wrapped up. Alright, well, the movie is over. It is now 11:30, so a little before midnight, and it's thunderstorming. So I do think that I'm going to ask Elle to just allow Harrison to stay the night here with her, so that he doesn't have to go all the way back to the where does he live? The financial district? Is that what it's called? In this weather. So he's going to stay over. They have about 17 minutes remaining on their date, which is fine. I think at the end of that 17 minutes, she will just ask him if he wants to stay the night. Suggestive look. Elliot is under the impression that another sim has their gaze fixed directly upon her. With a glimmer in their eyes, it is plain to see that Harrison has an intense interest in Elliot. If Elliot tries to... Nope, don't you ask her anything. What are you doing? Suggestive look. That's fine. If Elliot tries to push things to a more intimate level, they may have a good chance at success. Is Elliot going to accept Harrison's advances or ignore him? I'm going to ignore this because I don't want anything negative to happen if I say ignore him. Alright, so we have, 9 minutes left? Let's talk about the movie plot really fast while we have an opportunity to. So I think I might have to get rid of that caffeine lifestyle that she's got because it is already annoying me. I did make sure she had something. It was a chai, but still. So now she's got this says can't focus from caffeine fanatic. Something or another. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have to undo this. So because she is in the fashion designer career, she has the option to ask Sims to become her client. And so she's done this with Harrison. So it says, yes, please. I've admired your work for a while and would be thrilled to be your client. So he can't do that though, because he will start showing up at work. So we're actually going to end the client services. Where's the option? It's got to be in here somewhere. Apparently not. Let's try that one more time. I'm just going to type in client this time. Client. That's not how you spell that, but it's not coming up. I'm so confused. Maybe it's in styling services. Let's try that. That's not how you spell style. I am really struggling today. Stop styling services. There we go. That way he won't show up at her work the next time she's there, becoming a client. Alright, so she is a little bit afraid from the rain, and then she still has the mood lit about not being able to focus. I just need this to end so that she can ask him to stay over. It's over technically, like we've got 0 minutes remaining, so I'm not really sure why it's still sitting up there. I'm actually just going to end it. It's not ended early. And then while we're here, I'm just going to ask him if he wants to stay over. Invite to stay the night. Hopefully he says yes. Should be good for both of them. A sleepover sounds great. So let's see how he's feeling. He's actually doing quite well, just tired, which is fine because it's bedtime. And cautious introduction with Dolce, that's fine. He's feeling, eyeing a catch. Harrison noticed someone attractive and is hoping they will find interest in him too. What is this one? Silver screen masterpiece from watching a movie. Alright, so he's doing quite well. Alright, so I'm gonna have them start getting ready for bed. Actually, she's got to use the restroom, so I'm gonna have her do that, and then she is going to brush her teeth and get ready for bed. So let's use, and then she'll already wash her hands, and we'll brush our teeth. And then since she has an overnight guest, which pajamas should she go with? I actually like this first one, so that one is fine. And then he is just going to sleep in his t-shirt, of course. So I need her to leave the room, and then he's going to get changed. I'm on the wrong sim. He is going to get changed whenever I'm on the correct sim, so I'm just going to have him, sir, change outfit. And then since he technically shouldn't have anything over here to wear, he's just going to wear the t-shirt that he's got underneath and then his boxers. So that's what he's going to wear to bed. And I do want them to do one more thing that Elle wants to do. So instead of having him be super tired like this, I am going to give him just a tiny bit of energy. I'm going to bring him to right there. And then when she's done, I forgot that she needed to discuss romantic boundaries. So I'm going to have her come in here to do that. But I also want him to set a little bit of a mood and turn on some music. So let's go music and then turn on, what can we do? We can do some jazz. We can do some easy listening, or some, let's just go with tried and true, and we will do the romance channel. Maybe R&B. We'll do the R&B channel. He strikes me as an R&B guy. So he wants to have a romantic partner. That is his aspiration. I forgot he had the soulmate aspiration. Is she ready? She's getting changed right now, and you'd be happy to know that the festival will end in an hour. All right, so I'm going to have her come over here and discuss her romantic boundaries first, so that we can check that off of her list. Ask about romantic boundaries. Where is he going? I guess he was coming to talk to her. Now here she comes. Robot vacuum's in the way, messing up that strut. All right, so let's see what he says. Harrison has learned Elliot's romantic boundaries. Elliot has learned that Harrison's non-physical romance will trigger jealousy. Physical romance, excluding woohoo, will trigger jealousy, and woohoo will trigger jealousy. Harrison is not open to reconsidering romantic boundaries, so he's very firm on his position, which I'm fine with. All right, so we did make it to the next level of the romantic explorer aspiration. And it says seasoned romantic sims find their romantic relationships with other sims grow faster. They also get over embarrassment faster, since they know that they don't need to be embarrassed when it comes to love. And then here's what we need to do in order to satisfy this. I believe this is the final section of the aspiration. So we need to get gold on a romantic date. That's super easy. We need to get to romance level 7, perform 25 romantic gestures with a partner sim, and then woohoo 3 times in different locations. I'm interested in knowing why it already says she's done one of the 3. She is not woohooed at all with anyone in this entire Let's Play or in her save. So I'm very confused by this. But that's fine. The game keeps giving me like little cheats because it already said to have watched the movie. It said I had popcorn, but that's fine. I'm gonna go with it. So the other thing that she wanted to do was to have a dreamy slow dance. So I'm gonna have them do that as well. Is that on here or is that on the sim? I guess it's on the sim. Dance. Sweetheart dance together, slow dance together. I think I have a different dance. That's like directly on the sim. Let me see. Type in dance. Intimate slow dance. Yes, let's do that. It is 1:21 a.m. It's a good thing that it's a weekend and she doesn't have anything to do tomorrow. Well, she does have that one thing to do with her sister, whenever that is. She's also reached charisma level 5. It says she can now start a social network on a computer. She can also practice storytelling at a mirror and perform a flirty introduction on other sims. She can also mentor others in charisma. Meanwhile, I am missing this absolutely adorable interaction taking place right now between these two. I love this. So stinking cute. Alright, so I'm just going to let this play and I'm not going to feel the need to do any commentary over it because I think it's really cute. So I will come back on the other side. So we are back and I think this is going quite well. It's also very romantic because we've got the thunderstorm happening in the background. So there's like thunder and lightning. I'm ignoring completely that she keeps like clipping through the door. Are we done? Yeah, I think we're done. That is cute. All right, so, okay, that was a lot of open mouth. So much open mouth. It's really going in there. All right, and it doesn't look like that's checking off. I'm going to check that off for her because as far as I'm concerned, that was a slow dance. Maybe the game just doesn't like the one that I chose, but that definitely counts. So I'm going to complete it. And what does she want to do now? She wants to skill up and she wants to write in a journal. We'll worry about those things tomorrow. For now, I think I'm going to have him come on in here and nap. He is going to sleep on the couch and Elle is going to head into her bedroom. And I am going to just double check and make sure that we don't need to do anything for Dolce. Looks like Dolce is good on food and Dolce is good on the litter box. So we are going to also head to bed, make sure our door is still locked. Yes, it is. All right, so she can come, she can come in here and she can sleep and we don't have to worry about getting up super early. And as far as I know, he should be able to come in here and nap, right? Oh yeah, he's getting his nap on there and we're just going to turn off, well, he can't do it. I'm going to turn stop it lights, auto lights on because we want to make sure that Dolce isn't turning lights on in rooms. Wait, why is he getting up? Oh, the music is still on. Let's turn that off for you. Turn off. And then you can get back to your nap. And we're just going to turn off the lights in here. He cannot do that. I don't know why I keep making that mistake. So let's turn off this room. And then I want to turn on this light. And then let's check in with Elle. She is also getting a good night's sleep, and I am going to turn on this light. Alright, so that was an action-packed episode. It's a little after 3 a.m. Elle appears to be having some very interesting dreams. I am going to leave this right here, of course. Thank you all so much to those of you who have watched this episode. Thank you for making it all the way to the end. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Let me know what you think of Elle and Harrison. I think that they are moving along very nicely at this point. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.